Hey everybody, welcome back to the trail. We are starting again at Blackrock Hut where we were before, and we're going to go the rest of the way up to the summit today, and then 2.5 miles or so downhill we get to Brown's Gap, and then about 3 miles up till we get to Loft Mountain, and that's going to be the end of the video today. Excuse me. We're going to get to about the amphitheater at Loft Mountain Campground. It's the southernmost front country campground in Shenandoah, and it's closed right now for the season, but hopefully if I put off going there and like including that in the video, we'll be able to wait until the wayside's open and the camp store is open and other things are going on, so that there'll be a little bit more action and get some blackberry ice cream, most importantly. So without further ado, let's get back to the trail. Another beautiful day out in Shenandoah. Can't beat this. Been a lot of people out here today. Down in the shelter was a guy with like 3 of his kids and then 2 dogs, I think. It's a big group of them. I don't know if they're all related, but nice enough. Alright, we'll tune back in up at the summit. Alright, so we are at the summit of Blackrock up to the right. I don't feel like going on a rock scramble to go up there, and the views are just as good over here anyways, so we're just going to go down the trail. And you can see why they call it Blackrock. It's very rocky. But what's wild about this section is, like, I don't know if it's the Virginia Southern hospitality and charm, the fact that we're in a national park, or a combination of both, but like, clearly a big rock slide, perfect path, and rock slide continues. Like, those are pretty common on the trail. Difference is, like in New Hampshire and Maine, they just like figure it out. Hello. And continuing around. Just nothing but rock. And away we go. So we're about 2.5 miles away from Brown Gap, which will be the midpoint for today, and the low point, because we're about to crest the high point of the trail for the day. So we go around that summit, technically. We don't actually go over it. Close enough to count in my book. So 2.5 miles down into Brown Gap. I don't know why I said that weird like 3 times in a row. And then we'll head up to Loft Mountain and take a look at the amphitheater. It'll be empty because the campground's closed, but that's where we will close it out for the day. But until then, we've got to soak in all the awesomeness around us. Welcome back. We are just past Dundo, our picnic site, and the northern end of where that bear activity warning kind of ends, and about a half mile from Brown's Gap. After that, we're just going to take a nice gradual 3-mile climb up to Loft, like I've been saying probably a million times already. But it was wild up on top of Blackrock because coming around the other side from where we came is a parking lot, and there are like children out here right now today, so like 4-year-olds, which is wild when you consider like this is the AT, and I mean it isn't a national park, but it's still like the AT. And I'll like to be honest, when you're through hiking like that's when it really blows your mind, because you've been in for about 2 months at the point by the time you get here, and a lot of that is a very sparsely populated area, pretty rough, hard trail, and you get to Shenandoah and all of a sudden you get like blown past by a 4-year-old, and mom's chasing behind obviously, but like it's kind of culture shock to say the least. And they're out here early, like it's March. Yeah, it's awesome that they're out here. Alright, so we are just about to get to the end of the day. That cairn right there is where we're going to get off the AT. So, made it up Loft. It's not a very steep climb like Blackrock is. You got the hard work out of the way right away today. I just scared a squirrel. So you can see the AT goes off to the right there, and it goes around Loft Mountain. So like what's right in front of us is the Loft Mountain, the campground, and we're going to go up this side trail to where the amphitheater is. And there's a pretty nice view. It's a good place to wrap up today. We're almost there, I promise. Sound like one of the parents that was on trail today. Do you really have to do that right now? The car's right there. Stop pulling me. Poor parents. You can take a look up at the tops of the trees. I don't know if it's easy to tell, but they're all clipped off. And apparently like 2 winters ago, there was a big windstorm that came through and knocked over the tops of all the trees on top of this mountain. And I was just looking around the trail, not right here, but like further back. There was a lot of like grass. I'm wondering if there's like so much more sunlight because the tops of the trees got knocked off that other plants are being able to grow like they wouldn't have been able to before. And I'm wondering, like, is it a fire hazard? Because there's a ton of dry grass surrounding Loft Mountain right now. I feel like that would go up pretty easily. There was a wildfire or wildland fire warning yesterday for at least northern Virginia. I don't know how far it extended. It's been so dry and windy lately. Alright. We are at the amphitheater. So, appreciate you guys taking time to hike with me today, and looking forward to seeing you all next week. And that's about it. Later days, we'll end on the view from the amphitheater. Gorgeous. Just gorgeous.